Hi guys, it's Friday and today we're going to look at some music from the movies. The music we have today is the backdrop to two different towns, both full of secrets. Let's take a look at our first one. And it was approximately 30 years ago that we were introduced to the town of Twin Peaks and the music of Angelo Badalamenti, who did the soundtrack for the TV series. And this is mainly TV series music, not necessarily any of the movies, because I know we had Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me and we had the newer version of Twin Peaks, but this is from the original. And it's a very heavy kind of album. There's some very moody music, some very characteristic music. I'll tell you, to me, it's best listened to without any distractions. And actually, a number of songs on here, we've got three of them, three vocals done by Julie Cruz, where the music has been written by Angelo, but the lyrics are by David Lynch. So there's a little something special as well. This album, I used to listen to it a lot. I used to have it at work with me and I carry it around on the night shift. And I'll tell you, there's nothing better than this soundtrack when you're driving down some of those old backcountry roads in the middle of the night to really set the tone. It's very interesting music, very jazzy at times, and well worth a listen. A whole different kind of feel than a lot of soundtracks you hear. Our other album is a total different world. This is the world of Las Vegas and the music from Ocean's 11. Now there's some instrumentals on here, and of course they use Percy Faith and his orchestra for a lot of those instrumentals to kind of capture the spirit of the Vegas. We also have, I'm just going to find the jacket for it here, a number of vocals that kind of capture what Vegas was all about. And if you've seen the movie, this music ties in so well. As well with the soundtrack, we have audio clips. So there's little clips from the movie with Brad Pitt, with George Clooney, that kind of add to that as well. Anyways, looking at the music, we got Percy Faith doing some tunes. We've got Perry Como doing the classic Papa Loves Mambo. We have Elvis Presley doing A Little Less Conversation. Quincy Jones, Blues in the Night. More by Percy Faith. Philadelphia Orchestra doing Clair de Lune. A lot of music that really tied in with the album, but really kind of tied in with the whole feel of what Las Vegas was all about. It's a jazzy kind of album as well. It's nice to have the dialogue in there to remind you of what happened. But these other solos by Vegas performers really add some authenticity to it. So we got two different towns here. We got two different feels. We go from the moodiness and the eeriness of backwoods Pacific Northwest to the glitz and glamour of Sin City in Ocean's 11. Now, unfortunately, a lot of these don't tell me who's playing on them, especially with the Oceans, because there's so many. For the jazz fans, Twin Peaks, we have Eddie Daniels playing clarinet, and we also have Grady Tate on drums, who we've talked about before with, I think Grady Tate had played on the Scott Joplin albums we had talked about. But majority of the soundtrack albums, unfortunately, we don't really find out who plays on them. Now, if you're interested in that, Geo Washington Wright has a website that he pays tribute to the LA studio musicians called the LA Studio, and I think it has Usual Suspects. You can take a look at it online. Just search in under LA Studio Usual Suspects. It'll list all the different players who play and what they've played on. And you might also be able to query it by the different movies to see who had played on those as well. But it puts a name and a face to a lot of the music we listen to and take for granted. And these guys are exceptional players. They really add a lot to the whole production. I mean, we couldn't get by without the soundtracks. And they really are the unsung heroes. So if you get a chance, take a look at that and, see who's playing on some of these albums. It's really quite interesting. Okay, so that's it for today. A couple of recommendations on movie music. Well, one's actually TV. Twin Peaks, Ocean's 11. Hope you enjoy. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday when we'll be back with jazz. Talk to you then.